All right, this is day one, part 3. We ended yesterday at the end of the old man's story, which concluded, "Thus was born the legend of the 6 days when the sky gods created the heavens and the earth." Yes, of course, an entertaining fantasy, the Trappist remarked, but it seems you've misread the holy text. I understood you to say that you had witnessed an event similar to our own creation story. And I've just described it, replied the old man, almost precisely the same. The Trappist shook his head resignedly. But nothing is created in your story. All is as it was. The interplanetary emissaries merely assigned names to what they saw around them. And by assigning names to things, and by assigning meaning to the names, the emissaries created an entire universe for their hosts. Just the same. I begin to believe, sage, that your ignorance of our creation narrative is feigned. Perhaps you seek to teach us some lesson, some deeper insight into this mundane tale of yours. And, of course, every weary traveler's tale contains the seeds of eternal verities. Get on with it, man. Give us the moral to your little story. The sage frowned. He took a long draught from his stein. Permit me to tell it again. Imagine that you have been transported back in time, 30,000 years or so. Language for your tribe is a tool, but like your stone axe and your fire sticks, it is a relatively primitive tool, concrete and pragmatic. In your tribe, you can exhort a kinsman to run from danger, or you can offer a gesture of friendship to a neighboring tribesman, and you will be understood. One day there arrives in your territory a band of migrants, perhaps a trading company opening a new territory, or a scouting party dispatched by a distant civilization, Sumerian perhaps, possessed of a language you cannot understand. The visitors pose no imminent threat. They are in no great hurry to move on, and they seem unperturbed by your inability to understand what they have to say. At first, as they set about the task of learning your language, you think they must be a backward lot, not knowing the true names for things. Then, as they develop competence in communicating with your people, they begin to ask the names of things for which there are no names. Grain, onion, meat. What do you call these things together, they ask. They are nothing together, you answer. They are grain, onion, meat. Then the visitors give you a word, food. Now you have learned 2 things from them. The name for all edible things, and the idea that so many different kinds of things can be the same in some important way. What they ask are the names for this kind of grain and that kind of grain. There is only one name, you reply, though less confidently this time, grain. It seems that the strangers have 2 names. This grain is wheat, that one is oat. And so you learn that the same things can also be different. There's light, one of the visitors says. No, you say, that is the moon. Then the visitor points to the campfire. There's light, he says again. Is he confused? He points to the eastern sky just before dawn. There too is light. You've never had reason to consider what these very different things have in common, but now it dawns on you. You have the innate cognitive capability to understand, to see what the other sees, to say what the other says. There is light, you reply at last. In hearing the word, you've learned the word. In considering the abstract idea, you've learned the idea. In saying the word, you've entered a larger world. You are at the beginning. From inside his robes, the sage brought forth a clay pipe, a wooden wick, and a tooled leather pouch. He tamped some of the shredded leaf down into the bowl and reached across the table for a candle. As the first puffs of smoke rose in the air, the Trappist drained his mug and slammed it to the table. Quite preposterous, of course, but a worthy effort nonetheless. I assure you, my good monk, the event I described did take place, not once, but many times. Indeed, countless times. You too have witnessed the enactment of this subtle miracle. We'll stop there.